welcome everyone back to What About Me? And today we are going to have Valerie lead it because she was just telling me before we hit record what it is that she learned just recently. And she's wanting to pass on that information to us. And I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So let's just hand it over to Valerie and let her guide us through another episode of just self-caring on ourselves, taking care of ourselves, and where are you about to take us? Please
Okay.
show us.
Oh,
Tell
goodness.
us.
So, Dr. B, earlier this year, I was, I work for a university and I support this project that works directly with adolescents. And
Mm-hmm.
earlier this year, we faced a tragedy, something that we hadn't faced in the number of years that I've been working for. We had one of our youths died by homicide. And
I
it
remember
was
that. Yes.
somebody that it was a youth that we were really close to. She had been in our program for a number of years and it shook us. It rocked us to our
Mm-hmm.
core. It made us question ourselves professionally in terms of, I am so shaken. I cannot imagine what the family is feeling, at this time. And it was really hard in that moment to say, oh gosh, I still have 15 other families that I need to be serving.
Mm-hmm.
And I am in the middle of just something really tragic. So I'm really grateful for the fact that I work at this university, right? And we have, our director was on it. She was like, we work at a university, we have experts, we have researchers here at this university who specialize in grief. And lo and behold, we did. We had a world-renowned researcher who specialized in grief. And for people who have gone through our university, they know her because a lot of them have taken her class because it was just such a inspiring class to take as a young adult to really get
Mm-hmm.
you to think about your life on a spectrum and to really make you think about, oh my gosh, like, yes, I have experienced loss, even as a young adult, I will continue to experience loss throughout my life course. How do I better prepare myself for that? And when I am in the midst of grief and loss,
Mm-hmm.
how do I deal with that? How do I continue to honor that loss, but continue to push forward and continue to live? So I had taken her class, right? 20 plus years ago, right? And
I was in a class too, 20
I know
plus years ago.
exactly. And we have to give her, some credence. And I give a shout out to Dr. Carrioff because this woman has been doing the work and she has been inspiring
Mm-hmm.
others for a number, decades, and she has poured into so many students throughout the years and just left us with messages. So when we experienced this loss, the director of my program was like, let's invite her in so she can speak on, this loss that you
Mm.
guys are experiencing. And even though we took time to honor the loss of this youth that we lost, she did something that was really unique in this moment. It was more of like a timeout pause. You are really caught up in this grief. I need you to remember who you are, right? Who
Mm.
are you? What is it that, you stand on? What are the affirmations that you are pouring into yourself, even in the midst of this tragedy? Because if you can hold on to the foundation of who you are, what it is that you do, what it is that you want, what it is that you aspire to be, you can navigate yourself through this. We'll continue to pour tools into you to manage, and we'll continue to
Mm-hmm.
process and hold space for the loss. But I need you to pause for 1 second and remember who you are. So she had these little postcards that she made us write a little letter to ourselves, right, on this postcard. And so, y'all gonna come to see that I am not the most concise person on the planet, right? But these little postcards, the space on a postcard is just so small.
A
And
real postcard.
yes, you really have to be concise in your message to yourself. So I had to take a
Mm-hmm.
moment to say, Valerie, in this little block of space, what do you want to tell yourself? What letter, what note do you want to offer yourself to remind yourself that even through the midst of this grief and this loss that you're experiencing, the foundation that you need to stand on is who you are as a person.
Mm.
So in this room, there were, a couple of clinicians, and we're a multidisciplinary team. And we had a couple of our interns that, that were there with us that also were experiencing this, with us. And it was funny, it was sort of the interns were like, postcard, like, what's that?
Wait, they don't. Oh my goodness. Do people not use postcards anymore?
Well, apparently they don't. They were like, no, just put it on our Insta. And I was like, okay. So this their first time actually filling out a postcard, which was just like super cute in and of itself, just having that, experience. Girl, I get postcards still. So I don't know if that dates us, but hey, but it was something. So I'm not going to necessarily, use the prompts that Dr. Carrioff gave us, but I'm just going to use some of the prompts that resonated with, me when I
Hmm.
think about what I need to tell myself, or, you know, if I needed to write a letter to myself, what would I want myself to be reminded of
Mm.
or affirmed of? So the beautiful thing I like about this, we're not live. This is recorded. So if you're listening to us as you're driving somewhere, or you're somewhere right now where you really can't attune to this, I say go ahead and listen. Hear what we're about to say. But when you get to a space and place where you can just take a moment for yourself, and I promise you, this is not going to take more than 15 minutes of your life, right? And for some of the prompts that I offer, if you do not have a response, right? This is something when we talk about self-care, where
Hmm.
you need to put some concentrated efforts into thinking about what is it that I need. If I can't answer this, sit in prayer, sit in meditation, sit with some friends to really wonder about, oh my gosh, this is what I need for myself. Because these are things that we should be able to rattle off, to be honest, like this, you
You are
know?
dangling the carrot. Like, I don't even know what the questions are. And I'm like, okay, Valerie, what are the questions? What are the questions? I need to know. Am I on target?
These are the things that we need to know about ourselves, because I kid you not, right? If you're a parent and you have a really strong attached relationship with your child, you know these things about your children, right?
Hmm.
If you are really into that person, you're really into that partner, these are the questions that you're asking them when y'all in that little, honeymoon period. And oh my gosh, I know all this about him or her or them, I know all of this, right? But we really want you to genuinely sit with this knowledge, of yourself. And I'm saying again, if you don't know, just go ahead and circle, because this is what you're going to sit with, over the course of this year, over the course of the next couple of years, months or weeks, however long it takes. Okay. So
Let me just get my pen and paper ready. Okay,
go ahead
Val,
and get your pen and paper ready. So I'm
I'm
gonna invite
ready.
folks. I'm gonna invite you. I'm not forcing you, but I'm gonna go ahead and invite you. Get your pen. And for me, it's always my favorite pen, right? Get yourself a sheet of paper, or if you have your journal, go ahead and get your journal, right? And so as you write, I want you to write down these prompts, right? And as you write your letter to yourself, I want you to be incorporating this into your letter. Okay. So
Okay.
usually before I write a letter, especially if it's a heartfelt one, I like to take a nice deep breath. For me, I like to get my feet grounded on the floor, right? Just to ground me and just to keep me mindful about the activity that I'm about to engage in. Like to put my phone on silent, because for these next 15 minutes, it can wait. I just don't want to be disturbed, right? So just go ahead and put your phone on, do not disturb for the next 15 minutes or so, right? As you're writing this. And this can be an ongoing letter, so don't feel compelled that, oh my goodness, I need to write this in 15 minutes or so. All right. Take the time you need to do what you need to do. So, of course, it's going to start off as dear, or greetings, So it'll be greetings, Dr. V, or greetings, Shamika, greetings, Valerie. We want to start it off. Honor yourself, salute yourself, welcome yourself. We can't have the expectations that others will do it for us if we cannot do it
Hmm.
for ourselves. So, however you want to do it. I've seen people over time say love, peace, and blessings, greetings, queen, or greetings, king, however you want to be acknowledged. Acknowledge yourself as you're greeting within this letter. And I want to invite you to say, dear self, the thing I love the most about myself, that I love about you, is, what is that thing that you love the most about you? And I'm not going to give any examples, because I don't want you stealing them.
Good, good,
I
good.
want you to come up with the thing that you love the most about yourself. All right. So this thing you love the most about yourself. But now I want to think about, what is the thing that you do that you love? I love it when I. What is the thing that you love about yourself? Mhm. So we think about ourselves holistically. We think about our mind, our body, our spirits, all right? And we are not all in academia, but we all are pretty smart. So I want you to tell me, I love that my brain can do what? I love that my brain can do what? When I look at my body, I love that my body can do what? Or what is it that I
Ooh.
love about my body? And when we think about our spirits, that energy that we walk into the room with, what do I love about my energy? So this next one, and just wherever it goes, when you hear it, just go with it.
Hmm.
Fill in this blank. I am.
I am.
I am.
Oh,
Mhm,
that's okay. I get it now.
mhm,
That's the blank.
mhm. That's the blank. I am blank. I am blank.
Okay.
I am blank. I am good at blank. Mhm. And how about this next one? I love myself because.
Hmm.
I love myself because. I am special because. All right. And I'm just going to turn the table a little bit. I forgive myself.
Ooh.
Mhm. I forgive myself.
So it's just I forgive myself or I
I
forgive
forgive
myself.
myself for. Mm-hmm,
Okay, gotcha.
mm-hmm. How about
Hmm.
this? I'm happiest when. I feel beautiful when. I love my life because. And here's this last one. I promise to be kinder to myself by. By doing what?
Hmm.
Mhm. The one that really resonates for me, when I was thinking about this loss and just thinking about, being at the age that, I'm at, and just where I continue to want to go and just what I desire for myself. That one of I deserve. Because oftentimes people think that, maybe not. I don't know. I want you to list that down, that I deserve one too.
Yeah, I
And
was
I
like,
want you to put a
did I
little,
miss?
yeah, I mentioned
Okay.
that one. I want people to put a little star by that one, right? And after you write that one and it's in your letter, I really want you to circle this, because I deserve helps to answer a lot of those questions too.
Hmm.
You are worthy, you are deserving of all the good. That's one of my little favorite affirmations, of all the good that is going to come your way. And if you cannot see yourself as beautiful, if you cannot see yourself as happy, focusing on that I deserve, I am worthy, I deserve, can help to let that imagination run free and let those wonderings run free to answer the rest of those questions. So here we have that letter to ourselves. And oh my gosh, when I think about it, these could be a bunch of different letters, a
Yes.
bunch of different letters that we are writing to ourselves and responding to ourselves in terms of, oh my gosh, what do these answers resonate with me? Or have I just never thought about this before? Or how can I further explore this? So I encourage, right? And we can write our notes. So these are for the busy people. The busy people will say, oh my gosh, I have no time. Technology is our friend and technology is our pal, right? So we can even open up the notes section on your phone. Even if you want to write this letter in the notes section of your phone, go ahead and do it, right? Go ahead and write it right there so you can always have it at your disposal to go back and look and to reflect onto as well. Oh my goodness, I don't have time to sit out here and type out a letter on my phone. Open up those voice memos, hit that little microphone and just speak it, because oh my gosh, what another beautiful gift. Not only are you being intentional about speaking and writing and saying something to yourself, you can go back and hear the inflection in your voice
Oh,
as you're going back, to think about, oh my gosh, this is what I sounded like when I said this. I wonder what that means. What is my voice telling me? What am I hearing in myself? Am I hearing confidence when I'm talking about what makes me happy? Or am I hearing a lot of stuttering, as to really come up and just to really hold space and wonder, goodness, why does my voice even sound, like this too as well?
what
So,
comes to
I'm curious.
mind?
Yeah. Pardon me?
Like I said, what comes to mind with this is
Mhm.
one, it goes back to what you said, like we're mothers, we're
Mhm.
wives, we're siblings, and that might be what we're labeling ourselves.
Mhm.
But this goes so much deeper because I'm thinking about even when we meet people, we just say, this is what I do for a job.
Mhm. Yeah.
We're not really telling people when we meet like strangers and we're introducing ourselves. I
Mhm.
don't say, I'm good at blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
because that's not what you're there to really
Yeah.
talk about.
Um,
I'm not saying I'm happiest when, like, we literally ignore this
mhm.
deep stuff about ourselves
Yeah.
because we're so busy being all these other titles. And this
Mhm.
really rips away the title.
Mhm.
Another thing that came to mind for all those busy people, I'm reaching over on my desk, is I went through a training
Mhm.
and they gave us like
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
these little containers and we wrote our name. And then the other people in the training, our staff, had to write something nice and put it
Mhm.
inside of there so that in a moment where I'm just like down, I can open this up and pull that out and lift my spirits. And I was thinking that, like, not only could this be a letter that you're
Mhm.
saying in your notes, but it could be that you write something. Each one of these could be a little piece of paper that you put in somewhere and just stick it
Mhm.
on your desk.
Yeah.
If you put it on the mirror in your bathroom,
Mhm.
so it's little by little when you're having those moments, because doubts are going to come.
Oh,
We're going to
yes.
have negative thoughts are going to invade our mind. Like it's just natural. And
Mhm.
what can we do is to go back to pulling, and you don't even know what you're pulling out, but it's like, I love my life because
Mhm.
in those moments when we're frustrated, because it's
Mhm.
going to come.
Yeah. Mhm.
In those moments where, as we like to say, when life knocks us on the chin, let me remind myself of those beautiful moments, of those positive things, so that I don't go so far down.
Mhm. Mhm. So we invite others to do it too, to write these letters. If you
Mm.
want to be super fancy, and you feel as if you're going through something, right? And you need a word of encouragement, I say put one in an envelope, put a stamp on it, right? And make sure you have the right amount of postage because every 5 seconds, the United States
They are
Postal
raising
Service,
the price.
they raising the price of stamps. So I would say maybe even if it's on your way one day to work, or if it's on your way one day to the gym and you're at the post office, have one of your letters in an envelope, address it to yourself. Stop by the post office and be like, put postage on it and let that be a pleasant surprise, to yourself. If you are doing it in your phone, oh my goodness, copy that note into your calendar. If you know something is coming up, right? Put it in your
Ooh, I like
calendar,
that.
yes, and have it pop up. And as you get that reminder on your phone, you will see that note. I am special because, X, Y, and Z. If that's a day you're doing a presentation at work, or if this is a day you're going to have a challenging meeting with a colleague, or if you know that, oh my goodness, I have, multiple tasks that I need to do today, I need to set this for a reminder for Saturday, for this to come up. And so I can be affirmed of my own words that, I am worthy of all the good that is going to come my way. And I'm worthy of pouring into myself, being intentional about how I'm taking care of myself.
And these are our words to ourselves.
Mhm.
So we know it's 100% authentic. It's
Mhm.
100% genuine. It's not some random person saying, well, you're smart. Well,
Yeah.
you're beautiful.
Mhm.
Let me get deep,
Mhm.
because who else is really going to lift us up
Yeah.
when we're down, when we're just not feeling the best? It's going to be
Mhm.
us.
Yes. Mhm. And
Oh,
oh my goodness, the clinician is coming out in me. It's like, I have met with families and I have met with individuals who are really challenged to say something nice to themselves because
mm-hmm,
they have been getting this programming for a number of years, for decades, that they are everything that is bad, everything that is evil. But I want you to hold that, right? So whoever gave you that message, whoever, passed that note on to you, be a reminder that is their note, right? That is their perception. That is their business. That is their baggage. That is their demons. That is all of their stuff. So let them hold their stuff. I want you to kindly put that to the side and say, oh my gosh, my dad told me this, or my dad didn't tell me that, or my mom told me this, or my cousin, my grandma said this about me. So let them hold, let grandma hold that, let auntie hold that, let cousin hold that, let friends, let ex-spouse, let ex-partner, let them hold all those things.
mm-hmm.
And this is you talking to you. These are your words talking to yourself. Okay. So those are our letters to ourselves, Dr. B. I am hopeful that people will take a moment just to pause and just to honor yourselves and just to pour into yourself those words that are needed to be heard.
I got to go buy me some really cute
Oh,
paper
no,
with envelope, with a
hey,
cute envelope.
with some
Because if I'm
stationery.
going to get this in the mail to myself, can it at least be cute, and particularly
Exactly. Oh
on
my
purple paper?
gosh.
I
You
need to
know,
love every moment of it.
exactly. We're in the midst of Black History Month. If any of you guys know any Black owned businesses that sell some stationery, go ahead and drop it in the comments too. We would love to support a Black business. And I just love stationery in general. So just drop it.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. And we're being very serious. Do not mail this from your house in the post office, like in your mailbox, because you'll post a mail and be like, huh? I know my postman Ray will be
He
like,
will
I don't
leave it right
understand. I
there.
don't understand. I don't
Yes,
get
he
this.
he will leave it right there. I've done this before, and my mailman has looked at me like, "Ma'am," and I was like, "Take it." He was like, "Why?" I was like, "Take it, please." He's like, "What you doing?" And I was like, the flag is that. Just
It doesn't
take
matter.
it.
It's got a stamp on it.
Just
Mail it.
take it." He's like, "But I'm
So
gonna come right
please,
back here with it."
just help yourself out and mail it from somewhere else.
Don't confuse them. Don't confuse our postal workers. They work too hard.
But thank you, Valerie.
Oh, not a problem, not a problem. Well, we are looking forward to the next time we all can get together. We do have something exciting and prepare for our next conversation with you guys. So we'll let you know when that is going to happen. But until then, take care of yourselves. Seriously, take care of yourself.
Oh, yes. Take care of
Mhm.
yourself.
Mhm.
Thank you all.